So the topic of today is seeing what's missing with Office 365. So my name is Ron Jacobs. I work for Proofpoint. Proofpoint, we are the next generation cybersecurity companies and recognized by the analysts like Gartner's as leading, but most importantly, our customers, the way they value us. So in the 15 minutes, I'd like to share what are the top concerns our customers have when they are in the stage somehow adopting or implementing Office 365. As well, what kind of services, security services we can offer to make that journey with more confidence. And as well, I'd like to share with you some, let's say, some food for thoughts where you're going to make the investments where, where it makes sense. Okay, so just first, let's have a look about the landscape. I think things has really changed when in the early days where, we put all our layer of defense focusing on to protect your IT infrastructure. Hey, but I think these days are gone. It's more, I would say, a defensive approach. So the targeters, the attackers, are really targeting the way people work. And that's email, that's social media, and that's mobile app. So, and why? Because it's so easy. If you and I receive an email, and you do it very smart and craft the email like, looks common, you're very tempting to click on the email and actually, somehow go to a phishing site and lose your credentials. So here you go. Why should I make all these complicated attacks to compromise your IT infrastructure? So, and I had a conversation as well with some security professionals. They're feeling somehow in the dark as well, what's happening under the surface. So email, by far, is the #1 threat vector. By far. So it doesn't matter what kind of report or analysis you take. For instance, spear phishing, it's 95% of the attacks is coming out of the SANS Institute and the Verizon, so the DBR, the Data Breach Investigation Report, which is well respected in the CISO community, which they use to prioritize their investments. It's 30% of the recipients actually open the email. How easy it can be. There's another one, BEC, Business Email Compromise. It's about CEO email fraud. So it's an email, basically, it looks technically right. There's no active components basically saying, hey, you should wire some money, otherwise, you're in trouble. So this is really something emerging. This is something we didn't see like last year. It happened just a few, let's say, maybe 6-7 months ago, but 80% of the companies are dealing with this challenge. So why having concerns moving to Office 365? Why should I not just, there's a bunch of stuff when you go to Office 365, which is part of the package, right? So why should I concern? I think first of all, Office 365 is the biggest target. I mean, these guys, they use it as well, so they test their own environment. It's a soft target. Hey, but keep in mind, the threats are moving really rapidly. And I believe, you should as well have the innovation and the adoption of the innovation to move as quickly as possible and narrow the gap comparing to the attackers. So being behind the cybersecurity just doesn't work. So let's have a look to the different kind of security technologies available in the market and who was first, and just look to Microsoft. And again, Microsoft is a great company. They're a fast follower. But the question is, can they keep up? And can they keep up with, with the innovation to protect you at the maximum level? So URL defense, Proofpoint was the first one. File attachment, social media. It's another vector which is important, at least, to take into consideration. Think about, as well, mobile app, business email compromise. So just let's have a look. URL defense, I don't think they have an answer today. Of course, on PowerPoint, but everything looks great on PowerPoint, isn't it? So URL defense is something different than just, having a URL protection based on reputation. And I'll show you how we can close the gap there. So what are the top concerns? And this is the feedback we're getting back from our customers. So first of all, it's the lack of efficiency of blocking threats these days. So this is extremely important. This is the hygiene of your kitchen. Catch as much as possible because it makes life easier afterwards. The second very important thing, it's about lack of visibility. We are transparent what we miss, but give insights, give visibility, give context, as well as control that you can shorten the time between detection and response. And experience of frequent email services outages seems to be a pretty issue as well. It's about continuity. You should take that in consideration. The last thing you want to have is if O364 is out of air, that people just switch over to their consumer emails because there was no protection there. Okay, so let's have a closer look about these concerns and how we support our customers to provide the maximum protection. So the first one is about lack of blocking. It's always, I know it's marketing stuff, but keep in mind the proof is in the pudding, and we like to show and prove our technology. So our detection rate, so what we stop, and in particular the target advanced stuff we just was talking about, sandboxing, file, URL attachment, this is the catch rate we have, 99%. Just compare it to 61%. Is that good enough? This is just more than antivirus, anti-spam. So I think this is quite. And why is our security technology so effective? It's not only about technology, it's about intelligence as well. And it's about people. Because at the end of the day, you need people. It's something that's really very sophisticated, crafted, a Word document, macro-enabled, JavaScript. You need to have people actually to click on it and analyze and see what's going on. We have around 100 plus people analysts. No one in the industry has such a kind of human intelligence available. So superior blocking. Let me show you a few, let's say, technology which can really help you here. So it's about URL through sandboxing on URL attachments. So as I'm saying, not just an attachment or a URL just checking on their reputation, but it's about, going to the URL, click on it, or first do a rewrite, click on it, go to the website, and maybe the website looked legitimate during working hours. Hey, but then after 6 o'clock, it changed maybe to a site which has malicious code injected. So you should follow that website to avoid when you are, behind your mobile phone and you don't hover anymore, you just click on it. So keep that in mind. So the other one is about business email compromise. It's about CER, email fraud. You do need a different technology, different engine. Think about authentication. Think as well some heuristic scanning where you're reading the text and see what's the style, how aggressive it is. And based on that, on the reputation with other customers, make a good control about that. It's about integration with others. And this is a lovely one. We know there are a lot of Palo Alto Networks customers around there which are using the next generation stuff. So what we do with sandboxing, they're extremely well in web. We are extremely well in email. If we're sandboxing, they're sandboxing the same, so you get dual sandboxing, a much better detection rate, and the other way around as well, and we share the intelligence. So how great is that? And lower priority prioritize. So when you're sandboxing, for instance, with Microsoft takes around 9 to 10 minutes. Whoa, that's a long time, isn't it? And of course you can debate about who's faster. We do around 3 to 5 minutes. But we can prioritize. We can say, okay, this is bulk email, or maybe this domain, you should just, let's say, put it in a second priority. And we can do so, because it's our own technology. Okay, so this is a statement of one of our customers, which we like. It's a software company with 18,000 employees, and they created 5 customers at 0 days just to test, because the proof is in the pudding. And we love to test our technology. So with EOP, Exchange Online Protection, and ATP, that's the way Microsoft is calling it, 0%. They missed it completely. And we have 100% blocked. Again, we're not saying we do 100%, but be transparent about it and give visibility and control. So concern number 2, lack of visibility. Full visibility and control. I'm going to show you 2 slides. Examples, how we do so, based on a dashboard, comparing to there's no other way to call it, a black box, which you just give you maybe a slider, higher protection, lower protection. So a black box comparing full visibility control. So this is a slide which shows about our dashboard. So what it is, it gives you how you are being attacked. It's a file URL. Is when are you being attacked? Very important, and even more important, who are the people who are potentially compromised? And how targeted is the attack? If you are targeted about a broader campaign, it's a different story. When you target it as a few individuals within your organization, this gives you really some context. Alrighty. Okay, and again, what's at risk? Giving you the forensic, who's at risk, who's the actor, giving you a full forensic report and insights, which helps you to prioritize. Okay, concern number 3, outage. I think everyone has seen in the news when Office 365 is out of air. So what we do is, because we sit in the middle, we can take over. And once Office 365 is back, we synchronize back. How great is that? Okay, where to start? Because, hey, I use this as the pink elephant. You can say, okay, I don't think about it, and let's wait and see, etc. But, hey, this one is knocking on your door. It's there, right in front of your face. So, where to start is the journey. And it's a little bit depending where you are on the journey or on the stage, or you already had Office 365 implemented. We can help you before, during, and after. And before you, a big organization, they have a hybrid solution. They have different kind of version of Exchange, and they're moving to Office 365. We can help to make that journey more smoothly. And at the end of the day, offering this more high-level protection. Okay, so show me, don't tell me. Because, hey, we're good in talking the whole industry, isn't it? But at the end of the day, it's about walking. And, first of all, logos don't lie, right? I mean, the best recognition you can get is from your customers. And without mentioning the name, the #1 Microsoft customer in the world is using Proofpoint. So see for yourself. Pick and choose. So there are many ways we can evaluate. We love to do so, where we like to run POCs together with you to give you insight and help you as well to guide you further into the journey. So it just takes an hour. It can save you a lot of troubles, by the way. Okay, so what do you get? You get evaluation results. What's really happening. But as well, we can enrich it with, instance, DMARC, email authentication, what's happening out there, who's abusing your domain name. As well as some other great feature, which is about encryption, DLP, what's leaving your organization. Okay, food for thought. One of the things, it's about economics. I know it's a tricky thing. But I like to share on why. And this is, by the way, not what we have seen, but this is Gartner. Per user, 400 euros are spent as an average on, some kind of security layer of defense. So when you're looking to Gartner as well, and looking where the IT industry is really putting their money, so 62% is going into the network-based solutions. A lot of an endpoint, a lot on web. Hey, but just look to the attack vectors. It's 9% is coming out of email. So there seems to be some kind of imbalance. And we see a lot of customers, they want to rebalance that and be more effective. Okay, so why and at which stage of the attack chain is it worthwhile to do your investment? And we are in the delivery stage. So the more effective you are, the more, let's say, it gets stickier, it gets complicated, it has a bigger impact in the endpoint in the network defense. So this is, I would say, a very good reason why you should, let's say, rethink your strategy as soon as possible into your check chains, and why I think we bring our value as well from an economic perspective. So, and another point I want to give you some food of thought, protect your people the way they work. It's about email, it's about social media, it's about mobile app, and it's about web. So think as well as a total architecture to protect your people, not just your IT infrastructure. Hey, so being behind, is that an issue? I think it's just not good enough. if you ask me. And our customers really value us for this. So move with confidence to Office 365 and take it to the next level. Thank you very much. And I think we still have a little bit of time if there are questions, right? Okay, are there any questions? No one? Okay, with that, thank you very much for your time and for your presence. Have a good session afterward.